Sweet sour beef.
No, what SSB stands for. Now it stands for sweet and sour beef.
Sweet and sour beef.
Thank you,
Sweet
badass.
sour beef.
Sweet and sour beef.
That's your name now, badass.
For your follows, for your support, we really appreciate it. Hey guys, welcome down to the basement. This today, Thinkless is going to be talking about games coming out in 2022. Take over, man. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's a good time for games, actually.
Good time.
This is, of course, not all the games coming out. These are the ones that I'm personally really excited about. We're going to go basically from soonest to furthest out. Soonest one coming out as of today. This will be coming out at the end of the month, is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus. It's actually kind of cool because it's a fully 3D, officially, Pokemon game, like full-on, like, I hate to say Breath of the Wild stuff, but like, it's got a full-on world. It's kind of cool.
Like open world?
Is it going to be like open world?
It's actually cool. So basically, the biggest thing about it is it takes place in the past. It's a prequel. And you're in a world called the Hisui region, which is actually the Sinnoh region, which was predominant Pearl, but back in the past, which I don't know why they changed the name. I guess was like when Texas took back its part from Mexico. I don't know. I don't know why.
Like back in the past before Ash Ketchum and all that?
It's back in the past before the Pokedex, bro.
Oh,
that's literally.
They don't even have a Pokedex?
No, that's what the game is. You're creating the Pokedex. So you're actually like studying them as well as catching them like old rudimentary Pokeballs, and you get a Pokemon to fight, but not to battle, to defend you. Pokemon attack you.
So you're
like
getting
attack you, like it hit you. Like you can get Snorlaxed.
Damn.
Like
wow.
Like eyes glow red and shit. Like which gives me hope that Lieutenant Surge from Red and Blue. He fought in the war. So this gives me hope that there can be like a Pokemon war. Because
you can go get this smoke.
Now they've actually started fighting. They can actually attack you and you can pass out. I guess some of you faint for whiteout.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's like different more regional variants now. Like Voltorb is like a grass and electric type.
That's frightening as shit.
Growlithe is like a rock and fire type.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
Dude, the regional variants are cool, man. They introduced it the first time in X and Y, I think, or something like that. But that one's coming out. That is coming out at the end of the month, which is January right now, and that is obviously Nintendo. So that is a Switch only title.
That's a Switch only title.
The next one coming out is a big one for this year that a lot of people are excited about. It's Elden Ring. That's actually coming out in February. I think towards the end, like the 25th, I believe. It's going to be on all the Xboxes and PlayStations, Series X, S, 4 and 5. And PC, of course, because
Master Race.
As I wear a PlayStation shirt,
Master Race. Started kicks down and just God, don't play. We're from Sony.
Right, just
Nicholas, you need to follow me.
But it is from the famed creators from Software.
Oh,
yeah. So that's the guys behind the Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro.
So it's gonna be like open world kind of RPG.
This one is. It's actually because all those games are pretty linear with slightly branching paths.
Yeah,
but this is a full on like open world, big ass world. George R.R. Martin got involved with the story of it. Yeah.
Can't he just finish his books?
But he's good at killing people, so this is a great game because you're gonna die a lot. Because if you ever played any of those games, it's for either people who love a challenge and or are masochists. I'm in the latter half.
I am too, and I've been playing Bloodborne for the last 2 weeks.
It's very hard.
It is so hard.
So the whole
I've heard good
shtick of the games is like enemies are hard as shit. They have unpredictable movements sometimes, unpredictable attacks. If you've ever seen a meme about like orchestral music playing and the boss light bar filling the screen, they're talking about those games. That one's, like I said, coming out in February. In March, we have another big one that I'm excited about all these games, but I'm excited about this one is Tinytinas Wonderland. Amazing. For those of you who are fans of the Borderlands series, you'll remember Tiny Tina as one of the secondary characters.
It's like a spinoff?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So there was an expansion for Borderlands 2 where she was like the dungeon master for D&D, but it was called Bunkers and Badasses.
Yeah.
And so she was the dungeon master, and she basically, put your characters in this medieval world.
Mm-hmm.
People love that DLC. Awesome. I mean, you got to be extra nerdy because a lot of people play D&D. You play RPGs, you probably play D&D at least once in your life.
For sure.
But it was just interesting seeing like the way that the Borderlands humor with guns in medieval times, and so they made a whole game based off of that now.
Okay.
So this is Tinytinas Wonderland, so it's like a medieval world, or Borderlands with a medieval spin, or medieval Borderlands spin? I don't know which direction to go with it, but it's basically a Borderlands, it's a full-fledged Borderlands game, but she's like narrating it, and you get to pick your characters out of the one she's in. I think they have like actual classes.
That's pretty dope.
Like out of the 4 characters, but it looks good. I like the Borderlands games. It's a looter shooter, so think Diablo, but a first-person shooter. In August comes a bit of a controversial one. It's Saints Row.
Freaking love Saints Row.
They're still making those?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, man.
No, it's awesome. It's a reboot.
Wait, what? Of the original?
No. It's a whole new clean slate. You're actually no longer in whatever the city is. You're actually in a place called San Elisos, which is like, it looks like a cross between like Vegas and Tijuana.
Wasn't Saint Row like the
GTA
kind of knockoff of GTA?
Yeah, but it was much more crass humor, if you can believe it.
Which I've been playing GTA 5.
You can beat somebody to death with a freaking dildo.
You can't.
A big, like, 3-foot long purple dildo, you just like beat them.
So it's like GTA meets what's that zombie game we were just talking about?
Oh,
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you can make anything in it, but it's like silly.
character. But yeah,
that's cool.
But so this one is a full remake. Like I said, it's a new city. I mean, I've seen that it's in the desert, but I've seen some like neon buildings in the trailer.
Yeah.
You're basically starting off like creating the gang, the Saints, in this town. I don't know if it's gonna be related to like Johnny Gat or anything yet, but it looks like you're very like it's the humble beginnings. But I don't know. A lot of people who like saw the trailer and they got mad about it because they're like, "Oh, this just looks terrible." I'm like, but it's definitely different.
Can't please everybody.
It's definitely got humor, but nothing was like serious about it in the
like the original one.
In the original,
silly.
I mean, the last Saints Row, I remember them making the trailer for it showed. I think it was Johnny Gatz. I think it was the main character. And he was getting like sucked up into an alien UFO, like.
Yes, you become the president of the United States, and then you get attacked by aliens.
And they have a problem with this new one.
Yeah, that's why they rebooted, because they basically got bigger than God. They're like, they have nothing.
You can't move up from there.
You can't really
go anywhere else.
Johnny Gat fought demons in hell.
Yeah, you can't top that.
Exactly. The next one is another very big game. Is Starfield. That is from Bethesda, who you'll know for Fallout, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and then Skyrim when it was released again, and then Skyrim when it was released again, and Skyrim when it was released again.
How many times did they release Skyrim?
They've released Skyrim like 6 times.
6 or 7. Is it 6?
They had the original.
7.
I thought Skyrim was part of Elder Scrolls.
It is.
It is.
Anyway, that's this one.
They put money. They put a lot of money.
They've been making this one since they announced it in 2017.
I think it was. Yes, it was the beginning of 2017.
This one is basically about space exploration.
Okay.
So you're part of members of a group called Constellation. It's in the year like 2300 or something like that, like 20 years after a galactic war.
Okay.
There's 2 factions, and then like everybody broke off. There's like space pirates, spacers.
Spacers.
Well, there's like a religious organization that's like a bunch of zealots, and there's like like they look like humanoids, but they have like weird spacesuits. I don't know if they're actually human or not. But basically, as part of Constellation, your whole thing is about exploring.
Yeah.
You get to like have your own ship. They actually taking off is actually like something you do in the game. It's not like a cutscene.
Like Dune and Star Wars meets Star Trek, but in a video game.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm just saying religious zealots, but space exploration.
All that too. I don't know if that's the main enemies in the game, but it's basically you want to go around planets. Basically, it's like a copy of the Milky Way. It's spans of like 50 light years.
I mean, either way, I'm sold. Like this game actually.
That sounds fun.
This
So
has
you
more,
get to, so is there like
this has
fighting
more
or
interest to
anything?
me.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Of course, it's gonna be some kind of combat, but I haven't seen like any combat yet. I've just seen mainly that they're really showing how detailed the game is. Like
Yeah.
you can walk around your ship and like you just like the ship's very lived in.
Didn't Bethesda also do No Man's Land or No Man's Sky?
No. But yeah, I have one more honorable mention because it was originally announced for this year, but I don't know if it's gonna be coming out this year.
Okay.
It's gonna be on the Xboxes and PlayStations and obviously PC and so on.
The game stations.
Yeah, it's Plague Tale Requiem. So that's a sequel to this game called A Plague Tale Innocence.
Yes.
It's like took place in a fictional like Victorian, I guess, England-ish area where you're like this girl that has a rich family and her family gets killed and ultimately it was after her little brother. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Oh
Wow. I was so ready to play the game.
that story.
yeah. So anyway, but also out there, but the thing is, it's during this terrible plague, this rat plague, where like rats like devour people, like swarms of them.
This sounds like what's it called? Dishonored.
No. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that the rat plague. But these rats are sensitive to light, and that was the whole mechanic of the game. You're like a kid, and it's like trying to be stealthy, dodging guards, like avoiding traps, but also like avoiding these big seas of rats. Like there's one time you have to like jump from like obstacle to obstacle while holding candles and trying to get them because they run from the light source. So that's the first one. So this is a sequel. This takes place years later. The kids are older. I think the brother, his name is Hugo. He goes missing, so his sister's going to look for him. But she's more of a badass now. She's older. She's really good with like a bow and arrow and sword now apparently, or a dagger. And but the plague's back.
Oh jeez.
And so you actually, but it looks like they really fleshed it out. You're actually going like to the countryside. The one was pretty linear. You were basically like going from like town to road to village.
Okay.
To, you know, to
Like a Resident Evil type where you can only go where it
Exactly.
kind of lets you go.
Exactly. It was like pretty strict. But this one looks like it was like wider open, like outdoor areas.
Yeah.
But it also took place in the daytime. The first game was like really dark. Like it took place mainly at night. Cause obviously light source makes it more. So this is interesting because it showed the main girl like running across like a field. It was like bright, lush greenery.
You're like, well, that's different.
Yeah, exactly. Like what? You know, I'm still excited. I love the first game. Not enough people that aren't critics talk about it, like regulars.
Yeah.
No one like talks about the game. It was like I got on Game Pass and I was like, yeah, this looks kind of cool. This game is fucking awesome. And I played and I like tore through that game. I beat it in like 3 days.
Nice.
Damn. So it's beatable, so you can, so it's beatable, so you're not worried.
Oh yeah, no. It's a very linear, straightforward story. It's nice.
I'm sure this one will be crazy. I just think it's weird when you get a game that you can't beat. You're just like, what is the point of this game if I can't even beat the game?
Oh, so the games.
So
Everything made by From Software.
I was gonna say
Everything
any
made by
Dark
them.
Souls or Bloodborne game, like
Oh, Bloodborne's so freaking
Like, if you look at like the trophy and completion on those things, it's like 45% of people playing. It's like that beating this game.
Doom to an extent.
But yeah, so
You gotta get the
it's
extra levels. Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Of course, those are my top ones. So actually, a big one that we will actually link for you guys is actually from Den of Geek. The link's gonna be in the description. It's gonna have just a comprehensive list of everything that should be coming out this year because there's a bunch of other big ones. Those are the ones that I like. And new thing we're doing, if we haven't done it, if you don't know, subscriber shout out. So we have a Badass SSB, which I assume is Super Smash Brothers.
I think it's Super Smash Brothers.
I hope it's Super Smash. Well, that's what it stands for.
Couldn't tell you. That's why when you said Super Smash Brothers, I was like, that makes sense.
Badass Super Smash Brothers.
Badass Super Smash.
Sesame sourdough bread. Badass sesame sourdough bread. Ooh,
Sweet and
ooh,
sour.
Actually, a little
Sweet and sour bacon.
Badass sweet and sour beef.
Badass sweet and sour
No,
beef.
I don't know what SSB stands for. Now it stands for sweet and sour beef.
Sweet and sour beef.
Thank you,
Sweet
Badass.
sour beef.
Sweet and sour beef.
That's your name now,
For your
Badass.
follows, for your support, we really appreciate it. And I mean, you guys have more questions for the stuff?
No, you described that crap very well. I'm actually
Yeah.
really excited about, to me, the honorable mention. I don't know when that game's probably come out next.
I hope it comes out this year. I really do.
It looks cool. Saints Row. I'm a huge Saints Row fan.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. Tiny Wonderland. I love Borderlands. That'd be cool. I probably won't play Elden Ring because I'll get addicted and I'm scared of anything Morrowind or anything. I think everybody went into that and like girlfriends and boyfriends hadn't seen them for like good 6-7 months, and you just come out like, hey, I'm in a relationship. Hey, what are you doing?
No. You'll be able to leave because you get pissed off and you're gonna want to throw your controller.
That's probably accurate.
You just come back another like couple weeks later, and you're like, where was I? Oh, that's why I hate this game. This is why I forgot I hated it.
I'm definitely interested in checking out that Starfield and like space
That one,
exploration.
oh,
and all
it's
that.
gonna be stupid because they're trying. Todd Howard, the evil bastard, basically said that he's like, I hope people are gonna like this one like they do Skyrim. So you're telling me in 2032 I'll be playing Starfield, the Game of the Year re-release Gold Edition, Surplex City, badass version.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It is Bethesda after all.
They re-released Modern Warfare 2 and redid the whole thing. So
That was different. That's different. These people are milking the cow.
they are. Oh, milking. No. That cow has been
No,
dry.
You got
Well
way
done.
too
Thank
graphic.
you.
You got way too
See you
graphic.
guys next
Bye, guys. Later.